I'm gonna call this video Raspberry Trellis Take 2. This is why you don't hand tighten things. I set up the clamp at the end to hold the cable and I hand tightened it and it felt pretty taut to me, and then we had a bit of a windstorm and I see what it did. Today is March 3rd. And what you're looking at right now, this crazy mess, is my black seeded Simpson and my green salad bowl lettuce. The leaves are looking great. So great, in fact, that it's time to cut a little bit of it down. I'm going to harvest some, and then we're going to go from there. I'm going to weigh it, and I still have some of my little Caesar I picked 2 days ago to combine with it. I'm going to do a quick little video of what I've started thus far. You'll notice I have 4 new little seed containers with domes on them. And the first one I have Snowball X cauliflower, which is just more of an heirloom variety of cauliflower. Looks just like this pretty much. It's just standard cauliflower. I also have Calabrese broccoli over here, which is also an older style of broccoli, just a traditional style. Pretty much looks just like regular broccoli. And I've also started Shanghai Pak Choi. These are seeds. I got these from Kitazawa Seed Company. Great company to deal with. I had a credit card problem. They were amazingly helpful with getting it all taken care of. I've had decent luck with their seeds, good luck with their seeds, shouldn't say decent. And just a great company to deal with. I highly recommend them. And what pak choi is basically a Chinese cabbage. And the trick with these is they can't be exposed to too much heat or too much cold. Optimal growing temperature for this variety is in the 60s. So it's going to be a little fun getting this to grow. And I'm going to slide this over. Started some eggplant. It's that time now. These are the Black Beauty eggplants. This is the eggplant I have grown for the past couple years. I've had amazing production with them. Very good luck with them. They're just your standard eggplant. Now in the back, I didn't mention it yet. In the back I have Romanesco broccoli. I don't know how well you could read it from the angle it's at. This is the broccoli that looks really awesome. You can see the picture. This is special because this broccoli is like a mathematician's broccoli. If you look at the florets of the broccoli, they are what's mathematically known as fractals, which means any part of it you look at looks exactly like both the bigger part of it and the smaller part of it. Kind of weird. And also, if you were to count the florets, you're always going to end up with what's called a Fibonacci number. You can look that one up. These are my first things I'm starting for the year that are going to be going outside. These are my first cool crops, I guess you could say. And, well, the eggplant is a warm crop. And also, to go outside, I'll give you a quick update on these guys. I have my Mary Washington asparagus. It's definitely getting taller. This is going to go out with my Jersey Giant asparagus I currently have outside. I also have my Walla Walla onions. These are supposed to be a very good tasting onion. I have my sweet Spanish onions, which are also supposed to be a very good tasting onion. And if you notice on the left, I have chives and garlic chives. I'm beginning to think the seed I have, which was pretty old, was fallow. I'm getting nothing out of them. They probably would have germinated just fine earlier. I just didn't get a chance to plant them. The difference between the chives and the garlic chives are the chives are basically more like an onion, and they taste more of an oniony taste. They're the typical chives you see with that purple flower. The garlic chives have a white flower, and the way to know the difference between them, if you just get chives, onion chives have like a rounded, if you look at it, it's more of a rounded top. The garlic chives have a flat top. And also, if you have them planted, if you're not looking at the thickness of the top, if it's round or flat, the flower is a white flower. And last but not least, this little experiment of mine. I have no germination on my spearmint, my parsley, or my thyme, but I do have a little bit of growth with the sage. I'm going to try to get if I can get the camera at a little bit higher of an angle here and look down at it. I do have a seedling with the sage. So the sage is growing hydroponically right now. And this was my Venus flytrap death trap, as it was put in the comments of one of my previous videos. I think I would agree. I don't see how Venus flytraps would have ever done well in this. I am now going to start the kale seeds I mentioned in a previous video, I think. This is the variety I grew last year. Dwarf Blue Curled Vates. Try saying that 3 times fast. And that's the kale that is outside that I could literally pick and eat right now. The depth to sow of this is 1/4 to a half of an inch. So this does go deeper than most of the other seeds I've planted thus far. Most of the seeds I put in, the cauliflower and the broccoli, have only had to go, I believe it was only 1/8 to 1/4 in most of their cases. I'll start by showing you the seed, obviously. I think some of these seeds are a little more mature than others, so to be safe I'm going to plant a few extras in each little cell of this seed starter. So let me make the holes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I find that these permanent marker work perfect for making the holes. I don't have any problem with not making them wide enough. I think just to be safe I'm going to put 2 in each hole. And remember, it never hurts to overseed. You can always cut back. If you end up with a bunch of seedlings, you can always cut back 1 or 2 if you need. And just use my finger to cover them up. We'll give them a little bit of water, we'll put a dome over them, and that will be it until they come up. Now these can survive very cold temperatures, so these are probably going to be one of the first things I'm going to actually get outside once it comes up.